Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends X-Men 3-pack, including Storm, Forge, and Jubilee. I know this came out a while ago. I've had it sitting around. I didn't think it needed that much of a review, but when I opened it, I thought I should probably review it at least a little bit so you guys know what to expect. I expected this was going to be a cash grab from Hasbro, relatively inexpensive figures to make that people are going to want to buy. And all that is true as far as I can tell. However, Hasbro didn't even put in the bare minimum of effort that they normally sometimes kind of try to do. So I wanted to show you guys just what to expect in this package, and it'll be a pretty quick review. I'm not going to run the whole thing, but I'll give you an idea. So let's go ahead and get these guys off the stand and take a closer look. I will go ahead and show you the packaging. I think it's fine, though uninspired completely. It's whatever, it's okay. And these renders do make the figures look much better than they actually do, because like her hair has shading, his leg actually looks detailed. You know, some things are better. Jubilee actually looks worse here. On the back, he's basically doing this like they don't even try. They don't care at all. Jubilee is so weird looking in this pack. Then we have some artwork here that is completely indicative of what the figures look like. I'm kidding, it looks nothing like the figures. And then here we have more rendering. It's just whatever. Whatever. Okay, so I'm not going to do question of the day or anything like that. Not even going to do measurements. It's just going to be a very rough and what's the word? What's the phrase? Rough and ready? I don't know. It's going to be a quick review because this 3-pack is an embarrassment to collecting. It's so bad. We're going to start with we'll start with Jubilee. We'll just do a quick once over. And there's a lot of reused parts, some new parts. The painted yellow parts are horrible. That's true across the board. Luckily, most of them don't have too much painted yellow, but her gloves, there's blue poking through all over the place. The yellow isn't opaque enough, so it's not the same yellow. And then the shoulders, same situation. Really, really ugly. Her belt is sculpted way wrong because it has to sit way high up. That's not where the belt sits. On this version of these characters, oh, I can't even move the torso. Is that it? What's going on? There we go. I moved a little bit. The painted blue is okay, but the belt sits way too high up and looks super weird. And if you might have noticed this as we were just looking at the figure, her head is gigantic for this body. It looks terrible. It looks absolutely ridiculous. She's shorter than Storm, and her head is bigger than Storm's head. It's the weirdest looking thing. Lollipop syndrome would be more of a problem if her head wasn't so damn big that it hit it. But this figure is just hideous. It's got the like overall shape of like a young teenager, but then she's relatively well developed in certain ways that a teenager wouldn't be. So it's a really weird looking figure. Oh, by the way, the paint job on the belt is terrible. It's just hideous all the way around, except for the face. Her face, I think, is fine-ish. It still has that weird mix of anime and realism, but overall, it looks okay. It's fine. As far as accessories go, she has the 2 open hands. She gets 2 fist hands, 2 swirlies, which are shaded nicely, but still just the swirlies. Then we do get the bubblegum head, which looks pretty good, and the visor glasses that don't quite fit on her, but still look pretty good. So it's okay as far as accessories go. And then the articulation is the usual mix of average. It's okay, it's not great, things don't work as well as they should, and it's just blah. Very, very blah on top of a really goofy looking figure. Alright, let's move on to Storm. Storm is a better release for sure. She has much less of the blue paint, or yellow paint. In fact, I don't think she has any, so her yellow parts look much better, and that's a good thing. Her belt is still ridiculously high and still horribly painted. Looks terrible. Okay, it looks really, really bad. And then we have the head sculpt, which is smaller than it should be. It's a weird thing. Hasbro either makes the heads way too big or way too small. It's weird, but look at this. Look at the neck situation. And you're gonna have people out there defending this company against my so mean and bullying reviews. Look at this. There's zero justification for that. 1, they painted the brown horribly for her neck, and then 2, the head doesn't connect to the body. That's kind of an important feature of the body. Her hair appears to have some slight shading in it, but the sculpt isn't anywhere near as good as it should be based on the reference image on the box. This looks like a soccer mom. Just not great. I think the sculpt for the face is okay, and then the paint job is clean enough. earrings and all, that's all fine, but the proportioning with that head to that body, it's just not right. And maybe it's because of the hair. I don't mind the smaller head generally speaking, but you want that more so for males than the females. The males should have smaller heads and bigger bodies because their bodies are covered in unnaturally large muscle. This lady's not exceptionally muscular. Female heads in comic art especially, they aren't as small as male heads compared to the body, and this one is. First time Hasbro ever did a really small head. Really weird, funny looking figure. As far as accessories go, you get the 2 wide open hands we've seen a million times. Get those on her in the package. You get some fist hands, and then you get the storm hands with the lightning that makes it look like she has tumors all over her fingers. Horrible. And her articulation is the same articulation we've seen on this body before. It's average. Okay, and then lastly, Forge. Well, I've always said Hasbro can't tell their right from their left, and it seems like it's true. I got two right hands on this guy. That's impressive. We have the new leg over here, which is probably a nice sculpt to begin with, but their molding is just so soft that it makes it look super wimpy, super lame compared to the renders, and they didn't even put a wash or anything over it, so that's unfortunate. Also, for this version of Forge, if you're gonna go with this look, without the brown straps and without the tassels down here, the knee should be included in the metal part. It's not, so that's just annoying. Personally, I'd rather have the tassels and the pouch over here, and then the metal part just be a chunk, rather than this weird termination halfway in the joint, but whatever. And otherwise, it's a Vulcan body. So we do still have the Crocs for the feet, and the rest of the body is, well, it's, I guess, Cyclops / Vulcan. So it's okay. His belt is better placed, still weirdly painted. His face is still a weird combination of anime and realism, and it's quite off-putting if you ask me. Very strange looking figures from Hasbro these days. But also he has very little to no yellow painting, so that looks better. The blue painting's not great though. See? Just not in the right spots. So yeah, another really half-assed lazy figure, and mine of course has the 2 hands, which that's probably not going to happen to you, but it happened to me. As far as accessories, you get those 2 gun hands, then you get the 2 fist hands, and you get one of these. I think this originally came out as an aim weapon, but it's very horribly painted with the little pink bits, and it doesn't look like Forge's gun at all, if you ask me. So lazy, crappy release. Now, as far as his articulation goes, it's going to be the same as Cyclops / Vulcan, so there's nothing special there. So, final verdict for this 3-pack is, not only should it have been a cash grab for them, like they should have been able to make money easily without screwing the customer, but they managed to do it anyway. They have to do that. They have to screw you as hard as they can when even making these super easy, cheap figures to make. They do not care about you. All of you guys who keep defending Hasbro, you're the problem. They are using you, and you're saying, yes, more please. Stop that. Stop it. It's a bad company. They're not a good company from a consumer perspective. And that's what I care about. I care about the consumer, you guys, collectors. I don't care at all about them. These are plastic people on a shelf. We don't need them. These are luxury items. They need to earn our money. They're not doing that, so don't give them the money. These are horrible, horrible figures. They're so simple and basic, yet still that bad. That tells you everything you need to know about this line of figures and Hasbro. I would say do not buy this pack. It's not good enough. Even if you get the correct hands, it's just really, really bad. Look, her head is so much bigger than Storm's head. Okay, there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.